Oh man!
Hey! Amy!
That was awkward. We're having a lot of technical difficulties.
Cheers! Sunday Soak is back!
It is. Cheers, fella.
It's Sundays, and we're soaking.
A true Sunday fun day, though, with an off day on Monday. So I expect all of you who are going out to the park or going out to a local establishment, really enjoy yourself today. It's a chance to have a real one. The Sunday Soak is an all-question show, but before we do that, we got the humble brag. Who wants to take the humble brag?
So I was going to do the humble brag and say, hey, we got a new Sunday Soak video.
Yeah.
Man, it almost failed for us here. I hope everyone saw it. But yeah,
You didn't see it.
I'm gonna brag about it anyway.
MSS, how much? You got anything?
The only thing is, I've been to Cork 3 days this week. I'm still alive. I have not died. I love the people at Cork and Cary. They give me a nice full pour of Maker's Mark, but that is going to kill me someday. And that's how I will die. Death by Maker's Mark from Cork.
MSS, you did look like you're playing hurt today, but you revived yourself quickly. You had a cocktail and you look like you're in fine shape.
Feels good right now. I'm drinking some Loverboy Hibiscus Sparkling Hard Tea. So this is hibiscus lime. Yeah, this is good.
I'm the only one drinking beer today.
Yeah,
I'll drink a beer after this.
kids, rose all day for the beef.
No, I don't
Let's
wanna
go. Let's
drink
get into character here, motherfuckers. All right,
What
question.
about you? Do you have anything to brag about?
Fuck no.
All right.
I'm good all the time. I don't need to brag. Number one question is from Chicago sports fan Joe, and I think Joe might be a Cubs fan. This is a crosstown series, and Joe's question is: any chance of a crosstown 108 tourney someday? I really like this question. I don't know that I would put together a full bracket of 108 tourney of Cubs fans, but I think I would be interested in doing a White Sox Twitter versus Cubs Twitter 108 tourney challenge, like a weekend where we played maybe a short bracket. Against some of the Cubs fans. I'll reach out to you, Joe, and we'll see if we can put something together. What do you boys think about something like that?
Much like I think about anything 108 tourney related, it's a terrible idea. Seems like a lot of work.
Good for you. Good for you.
It's a terrible idea to great numbers.
We love it for you. Yeah, I love it for you.
I think it would be like a natural, like going forward with it. Like that could be something that you could evolve into.
Yeah,
You
absolutely. There's no question. All right, the next question is from Roxy, and Roxy asks, which Cubs player would 108 Morton bite first? Teresi, who do you think?
Frank Schwindel. Got the HVAC guy trying to come in your house. Morty ain't having it. Morty bite the guy immediately.
I feel that.
Or Wilson Contreras. He's still on the team, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah, he's a
Can't
wild card.
slide up in
I agree.
Mia Khalifa's DMs and then say, "Oh, I got hacked."
He's
I got
jealous.
hacked. If it worked though, he wouldn't have gotten hacked.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
he would have been like, "Oh yeah, I did that," but no, he got hacked.
The guy who tried to take Gianna Michaels to prom. He's
Oh, my
he's
cousin-
upset about doing it.
My cousin's wife.
I know.
Let's get this
How fucking dare you? I was thinking a little bit on the other. I was thinking someone mild-mannered that you don't expect. Like maybe like Kyle Hendricks. Like maybe Kyle Hendricks not a dog guy. And 108 Morton perceives that, and he gives a little nip. Kind of like our guy Eddie from Barstool.
Yeah.
He's not a dog guy, allegedly. I've heard a lot of bad things.
I'm hearing a lot of bad things about it. It's
Yeah.
just his dislike for dogs.
Yeah, that's
It's disheartening.
It is disheartening.
I can understand.
Very bad. Next question. The next question is from Jacob. Shut up, motherfucker. The next question is from White Sox Sal.
Oh hey, what's up, Sal? Go fuck yourself.
Motherfucker's got diarrhea. Let me read the questions, and then I'll kick it to you, okay, motherfucker?
Only done my government name.
What's one thing about the park you think they would have fixed by now, but have not fixed by now? My son, why don't you go first? I would love to hear your answer.
So, I would say that what they really need to do is now that I will drink a hard drink when I get in a lot of times, over in that Miller or the fucking Jack Daniels area, they need to put some goddamn fans up there that circulate some air because it's hot as hell there and it takes forever because it's like even though they only have 3 mixed drinks, people are like, can I get this? Can I get that? And it's like, no, bitch. There is a sign above this thing. You need to get one of these 3 things. So I was put some fucking fans up there that will be sweating. And I felt like first it was like, oh, it's just me. I'm just a big guy.
Wait a second.
Why
Why not fix the process instead of just adding fans?
I'm not trying. Listen, I'm not trying to like. We have how many years have we had that blog about the bathroom, and people still don't fucking do it correctly. I'm giving up on people, and I just want to be comfortable while other people are fucking up. All right?
I like it.
Right? I'm
I
just
like
saying.
that.
I like it.
Let's save that answer. I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? There got to be worse things around the park.
Oh, there probably is, but
The worst,
I'm
the
thinking
worst
from
thing,
myself.
the thing that the Sox are the absolute worst at is getting people in the ballpark.
Yes.
Just god awful. They went and sold standing room only tickets yesterday, and then they're like, we'll just do the gates like normal. So people are out there for innings.
Yeah.
Our guy Slumpbuster gets in there in like the third inning. He's like, I was outside for an hour. I was here.
It's bad.
I beat you guys to the game. I was just in line.
Yeah.
We got fancy.
And I'm not sure any other ballpark has this issue. I've been to Wrigley many times where it's a totally sold out crowd, and you walk right in. There's no fucking line. You get right in the goddamn door. You don't have to wait in line to get to Wrigley.
Detroit. I thought Detroit was one of the best ones because they had it segmented. They had like a general line. They had a line if you're bringing a bag in.
Yep.
And then they had a line for season ticket holders.
That's what we need.
We need that.
It was awesome because even the line that was like just the general one was flowing because you didn't have anyone with bags,
Right.
And you took out everybody who's a season ticket holder. You took out like a third of the crowd,
Yeah.
and who flew in. I mean, it was like nothing.
No.
Yes. So, but no, I agree with Treasy. That would have been basically my thought too, is getting people into the ballpark. And it's the type of thing that costs you a lot of money when you have people just waiting out there and they can't come in and buy concessions from you. So you think it would be something that they would put a lot of work into solving and figuring out? For the last every single year, there's a million people in line at various games where it makes no sense.
You just show
Probably
up
won't be
at the
today
same
too.
time.
You know.
You just show up at the same time. What are we gonna do?
But you know in advance, though. You know this will happen in advance.
Somebody answered this question in the Twitters.
Yeah.
And one of the answers was stop the only allowing people in the 500 level in 100 level, like you can't cross mix.
Yeah.
And I know now it's a COVID type thing for tracing purposes.
Yeah.
But even before that, it was just the cheap thing.
Yeah.
I want them to continue to use that rule. I do not want downstairs even more of a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody going up to the 500 level if they don't have to. So they'll be standing in the goddamn concourse.
Yeah.
They'll be blocking bathrooms. No, get your ass to 500, spend a little extra money, come downstairs.
Bougie Sox summer. One thing the Sox did do.
It's a shocking answer from you. It's a shocking answer.
One thing the Sox did right yesterday is they put the porta potties just outside of the gate 2. I got in and out of the bathroom lightning quick. I did not wait in that stupid line, and a lot of people didn't even realize, but it was a nice.
Oh man, I went out there, and there was it was actually like how you were supposed to line up in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Pick your horse.
Yeah.
I picked the fastest horse on earth. I picked Pitch Strike. This guy walked in, and I showed up, kind of like there was already people in line, so I was like, I'll just go behind this guy who just went in. That's fine.
Yeah.
Guy came out before any other. This guy must have a torpedo in his face. I don't know how he did that.
Plot twist, he was just doing cocaine.
And
Either way, good decision.
he came out, ran up to me, and told me how much he loved me. So maybe he was doing cocaine. I don't know.
Wonderful. Next question is from Dr. Ducky, and Ducky asked, who in the 108 takes the best thirst traps? It's undoubtedly me, but my sex summer is catching up pretty quick. I've seen a few thirst traps from you, MSS, lately, and your game is improving. I'd say Chorizo's game's weak. He needs to get on.
I don't take them because I don't want my DMs filled up.
Right.
I respect that.
You know what would happen?
You're a married man. You can't have all that going on.
I start showing all I got.
Yeah, it's gonna be off the rails.
Yeah, it'll be fucked up.
We can't have that. All right. Next question is from Jordan Miller.
Yes, I think you killed two.
Yeah, 100%.
Couldn't even get it out.
It's literally on Google.
Yes,
His name.
It's Googleable.
Right there.
Yeah.
Was shot by Crip member Jordan.
And to be honest, we knew you were in the Crips even before we had found that out. So that makes it even more obvious.
Well, so we did a meetup one time,
Yeah.
and Jordan Crip walked in.
And then showed us how
Like we weren't
Crip
gonna, we weren't gonna notice. Like what the fuck? Like we don't know what that is or anything. It's unbelievable. I mean, this is an obvious one. So sorry, Jordan, you're not getting anything from us here. The next question is from Wet Bandit. Wet Bandit asks, would you rather have the 108 gate open for the craft game, the little straight gate there, at all times, or have Senior Sox make it to one game? My Sexton.
I'll take Senior Sox. Yeah, let's have him make it to a game because I'm not sure he actually exists.
I'm taking Senior Sox, but it's only because I like the Craft Cave being closed, to that gate being closed, because it's more entertaining for me. I don't really go to the Craft Cave anyways, so it's just a constant stream of entertainment for me, especially when the team is playing like they played yesterday. I needed something to entertain me.
Yeah.
The only other thing more entertaining is the dumb motherfuckers in the 500 level trying to do the wave, not realizing that they only have half a stadium.
Incredible.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
Ended in left field.
I agree. It pisses off Bruhan Luke, so I'm in for it, man. Let's keep that closed. I need Senior
Sorry,
Socks right between me and Treasy for about 3 innings. I need him to sit in the middle of us, kind of like how we had Billy Wires that one night. We had him in between us.
I hope Senior Socks is not as heat emanating as Billy Wires.
Unless it's a cold night. Then maybe we want it,
that's
you know?
true. Billy Wires got to come and sit with us in like early April.
Yeah, they'll warm the whole road.
Yeah, I need that.
He'll be in shorts and flip flops.
Absolutely will. All right. The next question is from Shane Spagnuolo. It's good to see Shane and his wife last night.
Yeah.
Shane asked, do you ever think the White Sox will get a good second baseman? And will MSS ever build up the tolerance for drinking bourbon? Wow. Sideswipe. What do you think, Trees? Let's freeze out MSS for a minute here.
I think they will get a good second baseman. I don't think it'll be this year, unfortunately. Unless do the Reds have a good second baseman they want to trade? I don't think so. I think that their second baseman's young. So I don't think it's going to be this year. But yeah, I mean, second base should be a hole that's like kind of pretty easily filled. Like there's always good second basemen out there to have. We could have had one because we had an option on one. We said, get the fuck out of here, Cesar. We got a much better plan.
It's working out great so far. MSS.
Yeah, I think we will get a second baseman. And to echo what you just said, not when we need it.
Right.
We'll have a great second baseman when we don't need it.
During the next rebuild.
In 5 years, we'll have an awesome second baseman. And I don't believe that Nick Madrigal was the second baseman that was supposed to be our good second baseman. I don't think he's as advertised.
I mean, he's injured right now, which is not surprising.
Yeah,
my tolerance for bourbon is pretty strong, Shane, so you can shut the fuck up.
I knew that was coming. All right, next question from Mailman Jack. Eggplant or chicken parm? For me, it's eggplant. Easy.
Yeah. So I'm going to go chicken parm, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Now, I think
you like Peyton Manning a lot. That's
I do. I am a big fan. But I feel like chicken parm, you generally get it, unless it's super dry or something, which, you got enough sauce in there.
That
I'm going to know. But eggplant, I feel like eggplant can be prepared poorly.
No, you're right.
So it's a risk.
Eggplant has
I
more.
apologize for you.
It has more downside.
It does have more
as a meal. You can have a real bad eggplant.
I got to turn it down.
Chicken parm is it's generally fine.
It's a league average player. Chicken parm is a league average player.
That's right.
But eggplant is always a prospect, and you don't know if that prospect's going to come up and
but
be
when
Mike
it does
Trout.
it's great.
Is it going to be Mike Trout, or is it going to be all of our prospects?
I'm willing to take that risk with eggplant parm.
I'll take shitty eggplant parm over shitty chicken parm. All day.
Oh wow!
Really?
He stomped on you right there.
No, I would. Because eggplant parm is just delicious, and like fried. My neighbor makes the best goddamn eggplant parm, and it is so delicious. I love it.
But that's not the shitty one. I'm saying, what about the shitty
But I'm saying, let's say I have a shitty chicken parm sandwich, and then I have a shitty eggplant parm sandwich. I'll take the eggplant parm shit over the chicken shit.
Well, I rarely eat chicken shit.
I like how he squeezed chicken shit in there. That was masterful. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm moving on to the next question. That was perfect. We have to stop that one right there. The next question is from Sammy Davis Jr. 5K. Worst band, 311 or the Eagles? MSS who started?
Oh, Eagles.
Yeah,
100%.
100% Eagles.
It's the Eagles. The Eagles are horrible.
I don't give a shit about any Eagles songs.
Listen, I can get down with Grassroots like every so often. I love that album. I love the Blue album. The Blue album, even though it's like the most sellout album of 311, I can still get down with that. Eagles, I can't name you one album.
Generally, 311 comes on, I ain't skipping it. I'll let it go.
The only Eagle I like is Randall Cunningham. All the other Eagles can fuck off. I'm not interested in any.
What about bald Eagles?
No.
They're delicious.
What do you eat them in?
You know what bald Eagles?
Bald Eagle parm, Jack. That's my answer to the last question.
Good call, Tracy. All right, next question is from Loud Chuck. I almost wrote this like it says Lord Chuck. Loud Chuck, would you consider changing your name to Lord Chuck? Because that's the way I wrote it on the board here. And Chuck says, over-under when Bruhan Luke loses it with White Sox security over the Craft Cave shortcut being closed. Let's get a date or maybe a time today. Maybe you guys can say.
4th of July.
Think about 4th of July.
I feel it's going to be very team dependent. Like if the team's doing terrible, like let's say we're getting in. Yeah, I think 4th of July is a good day.
Yeah.
I don't know that we play that day, but we might.
We do.
So,
it's a bobblehead giveaway.
Oh shit!
I thought that's 5th of July.
There's a bobblehead on the 5th too.
Okay.
Okay.
So one of those days, because I think if the team's still struggling at that point, he'll be so pissed off
Yes.
that he'll go down there and he'll just start to do like a video, just like, hey guys, look, this is a funny video, and then like it's just gonna start like shaking,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna put his other hand on it and he's gonna fucking rip the thing off and throw it on the field. It's gonna be awesome.
Like when he used to get mad when Ian Hamilton would he'd get really hyped when Ian Hamilton would hit a home run. And like he would just start running around and like kicking his feet and punching the air. He's gonna do that again when the gate's not up.
We mentioned the Ian Hamilton thing yesterday, and Josh turned to me, and I don't know if he was talking shit to me or if he was actually just talking about this blog, but he's like, that's the funniest blog you guys have ever done.
It was hilarious.
Now, Josh didn't know we existed in 2016, so he probably missed some of my early work.
Speaking of Bruhan Luke has Bruhan Luke has questions. Craft game related questions. Number 1, why is the shortcut closed? Number 2, whose fault is it? Number 3, which White Sox employee is behind closing it? And number 4, what the fuck? And would you like to handle this, MSS?
Why is the shortcut closed?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a lot. I don't know. It's supposedly, according to our good friend and my parent or my kid's godfather, Brooks Boyer, it should never be closed.
Yeah.
They are allergic to making money down there. Apparently, they do not want to make things easy. Now, listen. You would think, well, much like you said earlier, you would think that it would be annoying to us to have these people continually go on and have to say, no, you got to go up there. It's not. It's fun. It's fun to be like, no, you got to walk all the way up there.
Yeah.
You know, so that's good. So anyway,
he sits on the lower level and he lost weight.
Shaming everyone.
Fuck the upper deck. Fuck fat people.
That's right.
hey man,
It's a fat shamer.
if you're not improving, what are you doing? Right? That's what you got to do. All right. And then,
Just wait till this prick gets fat again. I cannot wait till he gets fat again.
happen.
It's gonna be great.
Whose fault is it? It's just running up the chain. People don't care. People don't care about their job sometimes, especially at Sox Park. They just are out there. They're just a body. They need a warm body. They don't have the right. They will yell at somebody for standing in our aisle, but they will not say, "Hey, maybe we should open this gate so people can get through."
Guys, I know whose fault it is.
Okay.
And I don't want to disparage this guy because he looks really cool. But that guy with that big sweet mustache,
Oh, you think it's him?
I think he's keeping us locked out.
Wow.
I think he's keeping us locked out. And I think that's Bruhan Luke's final boss. He's got to fight that guy. Like 90s video game style.
Yeah, like Double Dragon or something.
Perpendicular, and they can like throw punches and kicks.
What do they call them? They call them scrollers, right?
I forget what they're called, but yeah, there's a word for it.
Yeah.
I feel like Lucas he's not a big guy, but I think he did like a whirling dervish, and the hair is a distraction I think he could win a fight with that guy.
Oh, Luke would win that fight. Luke would win that fight, and then
he kind of looks like
and
a
then,
hamster.
and then he pulled the gate open, and he'd just welcome in everybody. It'd be like in Born in East LA when he puts his hands up, and then just the whole thing fills up. That's exactly what it's
Yeah,
gonna
when
look like.
Cheech is on the hill and he does this.
That's gonna be Luke on the top of the stairs, just like everyone.
All these craft beer people.
All right. Next question is from a man who did not realize we existed in 2016. That's Josh Nelson. He says, "What's your worst season as a White Sox fan, and why did it impact your fan base about the franchise?" I'll start. The worst season for me as a White Sox fan was 2012. 2012, we had kind of like the lucky year where like the Tigers were supposed to win the thing. We got ahead of them early, stayed ahead of them for a long time.
Yep.
The Sox had a big win in early September versus the Tigers. It took a 3-game lead in the division. And I remember the Sox were even still in first place when Mrs. Beef and I went on our 10-year wedding anniversary trip. And I remember I wasn't paying that close of attention, but we'd like catch some highlights or whatever. And the Sox were losing their ass every night. By the time I came back, they were hopelessly behind, and it was over.
I would say for me, so that's a great call. That's a call.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
not. It's just like the brightness out here.
Oh, that's
You can see us moving around. See?
Oh,
Yeah, we're on.
That's a season that sucked. I think for me personally, and this isn't an overall bad season for the Sox. It's not a good one, but it's 2009 because we got the seats in 2008. They went to the playoffs that year, and we kind of thought, yeah, this is how it's going to be. You know, even getting knocked out early, you know, you're like, okay, this is a team that's perennial playoffs. Like they look good. And then 2009, they stunk.
Yeah,
they were like below 500 that year, and it was just awful going out to the park on the weekend and being like, This is not the team we all signed up for.
Well, and that's
so it's very parallel to this year.
It is a lot like this team, and they rushed Beckham up to try to help things out, and Beckham hit the shit out of the ball.
Yeah,
and it still wasn't enough.
He had a great season.
Yeah,
year.
he did.
2016 seems to be the call for most people. I don't agree with that because I don't think that they did enough in the offseason in 2016 to elicit any type of thing. Now, off the field stuff in 2016, horrendous. That was really bad. But I'm going to go with 2006. 2006 was mostly because I thought, okay, we're back. This is it. The Sox are going to be good for a while. They put it together.
Yep.
It's going to be great. And they were not back. And they did not even win their division. And it was just,
And they lost their division still winning 90 games.
Yeah, it was a real
good
good team. Yeah.
So it was utterly disappointing.
And it was a rare example of the White Sox going out and saying, okay, we need left-handed power. We'll get Jim Thome. And Jim Thome was great. And then they went out and got Javi Vasquez, I think, for that 2006. They reinforced the rotation, whatever. It was disappointing because it was like, yeah, we should be World Series contender again. And then you fell just short. And it was on the strength of the starting pitching just struggled in that second half. Burley and all those guys they couldn't put it together in the second half. Yeah, that was a brutal season.
It was disappointing. And then going forward, you're like, God damn, I wish we could have done more.
Thanks, Josh. Now we're all depressed.
Now we're going to get beat by the Cubs again.
Fuck this. All right. Oh, man. A question from longtime guy, Tony Rocco. I haven't seen
yeah.
Tony in a minute, man. I'll see you out at the ballpark, Tony.
Now you're so alive.
Tony says, of the many struggling White Sox this season, who's most likely to not find it and turn it back around and be good? Sans Dallas Keuchel, obviously. So out of someone who's underperforming right now, who's the one where you're like, oh, shit, they might be toast?
I hate to say this, but it's Yasmani Grandal.
That's the one that scares me the most. He looks.
Does that take you off, Juanita?
He looks.
Or do you agree with that?
She loves Yasmani.
See, at least some of these guys though are putting the ball in play and hitting the ball hard, and you're like, okay, I can kind of see it. Right. But Grandal, it looks possibly over for him.
Yeah, it's looking very.
I mean, he's almost as dead as he was last night running home.
Oh my God!
The sign at third. Why do you give him that sign? Now here's the one thing I was going to say Yaz too, and here's the one thing that could save Yaz. Maybe we kneecap him, give him an injury, and then we go back to what he was doing last year when he was hurt because it was effective. So maybe he can't be healthy. Maybe he needs to be hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree. Yaz would have been my choice too. It's the scariest thing. The way the roster's built, Yaz has to be really good. He's one guy on this roster that has to fucking be really good, and he's just been horrible so far.
And and he's an aging catcher.
Yep.
You get up into the mid-30s as a catcher, and he's 33.
Yeah.
Risks.
That's old.
It starts. Yeah, the play starts to degrade. It just happens.
It's probably part of the reason why you're not seeing him behind the plate as much.
Yeah.
I think they're being proactive, trying to avoid that injury. But you know what? I'd like him to avoid being so bad like this.
Right.
How about you hit a little more? So yeah, I think that's it, Tony. Next question is from Ricardo Vasquez. Ricardo asks, if we don't make the playoffs this year, do the Sox reset and try again? Going with a young core in 3 years, a.k.a. Perez, I think he means Carlos Perez, Robert, Vaughn, Berger, Sheets, Anderson, Yolbert Sanchez, Cease, Kopech, and Raylo. Treasy, you want to field this one?
No, I don't think so. I think you've got enough pieces in place. You've got a good enough pitching staff that you'll have there that you go after free agents and try and fill in the gaps. Unlike what we did in 2016, where it was kind of like you had a few good guys, and you're like, okay, we could turn this into a rebuild and make a lot of money doing that. This is going to be different. I think they're going to try and fill these spots in and try and make a team that can run at it again.
MSF, what do you think?
I think what needs to happen, which probably won't happen, is we need to shake up the front office. I think we need a new GM probably. I think we probably need a new owner. We need something that is going to shake it to its core. Because if this didn't work, which it doesn't seem like it's working, it's not the fault of the players at this point. We should have had other things in play. There's other teams that are doing just fine that should be doing way worse than us. We seem to have everything lined up, and it's fucked. So we got to go. We got to get new coaches. We got to get new everything. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's what it's going to take to shake up this work.
That would be your solution. I mean, my thought is, you have the core right now. This is a strong enough core. That group that you're mentioning is not a strong enough core. That's a weaker core than what the current group is right now. The problem is just underperforming of this core. These guys are just not playing well through 45 games or whatever it is, and we didn't reinforce it. Yeah, you wouldn't go.
Sorry, guys, I got jazz on my hands.
What's up, Reese?
So, Ricardo, the answer is probably not, but I would doubt it. And I think they're just a little too good to like trade off what they have right now.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's you got to keep going for it. It wouldn't shock me if they have a down year this year. Maybe they win 82 games, they don't go into the playoffs, and then next year they add almost nothing with 95 games out of nowhere. Because the talent is here if it actually produces. They've just been bad in filling in around.
You know, something that Ricardo mentions there is Perez. You know,
Yeah.
that's a guy that I'm thinking, like, okay, I might want to see Carlos Perez sooner rather than later. He's not on the 40-man. Yerman is the only other catcher on the 40-man. What the F is going on? We used to have 50 catchers on the 40-man.
Right.
Now the only one is Yerman. Outside of the guys on the
So not a catcher,
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I had an idea. Now I forgot it.
Yes. Yes.
It's MSS Sunday, baby.
Sunday fun day. Next question from our longtime guy, Sockside Pride. And Sockside asks, if he got called up, what would be a realistic expectation for Yolbert Sanchez, both from the team and from the fans? Treasy?
So I think the realistic expectation is that he would be good in the field. He's going to be solid there. That's what he was brought in for. That's what we're hoping for.
Yep.
The unrealistic part of this is that his hit tool is going to be what it is in the minors.
Yeah.
And so the problem with his hit profile, which is a problem for a lot of guys that we've seen in the past at these positions, is there's no slug to it. He has no power whatsoever.
Yeah.
And when you transition from the minors to the majors and you don't have power, it's a lot easier for Major League defending to handle you and Major League pitching to handle you. And so he's not going to get the amount of walks because guys are going to go right at him. And then he's not going to get the amount of hits because the fielders are just that much better, majors to minors.
Yeah.
So unless, they're playing the Sox. The Sox fielding is fucking horrible. But really, I mean, like that's going to be the problem. So his hit tool is going to regress when he comes to the majors. He may still be a high 200s batting average, low 300s batting average type of guy playing second base really well, which is enough.
Yeah. That'd be good. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, take that. No problem.
Yeah. It's like, what? If you're going to not have a good bat, then what's the point? Like, you already have guys that are good in the field that don't have a good bat.
Right.
You have Josh Harris.
So you leave him in the minors and let him build up some confidence.
His bat projects to be more like early years Josh Harrison, but with more walks.
Right.
Like he's more patient at the plate than Josh Harrison.
Good answer, Treasy. Next question. Another longtime 108 supporter, Robin Richards. Robin, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a minute. He said, what in the absolute fuck really is going on with this team? They're too talented for this. My side sound, what the fuck is going on with this team?
I don't know. Whatever. I can't say the word because I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm feeling the effects. It's just a bunch of different things that are happening. They're not gelling, and I think when you're not gelling and you're not getting, it's really easy to get along when things are going well.
Yeah.
And so when they're going bad, it's very hard. And I don't think they're there. And I think DFA Dallas is a move in the right direction. It's like you get this guy out because obviously he was a grumpy Gus, right? That's what we call him in my house. You're grumpy Gus. And then the young one picked up on it, and so now we just say GG, me and the older one. We're like, oh man, she's literally GG, and then the young one will go, don't call me GG. And she gets so pissed. But anyway, yeah, we got rid of the grumpy Gus, so hopefully we start seeing them come back together. But what I thought we were going to have happen, and it has not happened, and it's kind of sad, is I thought the Tim Anderson incident with Josh Donaldson was going to bring everybody together, and it was going to fire everybody up. You know who fucked it up? Dallas. If Dallas wasn't around, we would be fucking smooth sailing right now. It's your fault, Dallas Keuchel, son of a bitch.
Tracy, anything to add?
I mean, I love that. I'm just gonna
I let that lay.
I had a whole fire Tony La Russa thing, but we already know all that.
We don't need that shit. All right,
We'll wish for a pony, too. We're going to wish for things. Let's get a pony.
I had a pony.
I'm anti-horse, so you guys get a pony. I'll get
It's a pony.
I don't want to fuck a little. All right. Next question is from Matt Ramsey.
What's up?
Who didn't come and sell us split tickets.
What an asshole.
What a jerk.
It's like $24,000.
Huge pot, and he doesn't even come through to sell us.
Probably sold the winner.
He probably sold it to someone else. Yeah, fuck him. All right. But yes, what
River's no good.
what knockoff game show segment would you like to see added to your normal everyday life? May I start?
What is it?
What knockoff game show segment would you like
Okay.
to see added to your normal
Yeah.
everyday life?
Okay.
I would like to 15 minutes a day play pressure luck. I think I like the modern smoke break. You gotta go play pressure luck during lunch for 15 minutes. Just see how I do. I probably would whammy, but fuck it, I don't care. I want to give it a shot.
Yeah. You know what I want? So do you remember on The Price is Right when they had the guy that like goes up the hill yodeling?
Yeah.
I want that when I go to the liquor store. Right? Like I want me walking around the liquor store, I put something in my cart and he just starts climbing up. And like there's a point where it's just like, ooh. I'm like, oh shit, I bought too much.
Shit, give me my dick back.
How about you?
I actually was going with the same with you. Press your luck. But I was thinking of it in a different way. Like, you wake up and you play press your luck, and that's how your day's going to go.
Oh,
So if
God.
you're like, if you already find out, oh, I just whammied out, like, it's going to be a bad day, I'm going to go take an edible and just, like, see how a day goes. I'm not going to try to attempt to do anything productive. I'm just like, it's going to be a bad day, so, like, just stay in. Watch some fucking Netflix.
We should do a whole podcast episode on that guy that beat Press Your Luck.
I love that guy.
That's a great
That is a
documentary.
great documentary.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
we
that
could do
guy was fucked up too. Like,
Yeah,
he was
we could do
fucked up.
30 minutes on that because there's so much. There's so many layers to that story.
Because he wasn't motivated to do anything, and then all of a sudden, I'm motivated to do this.
Exactly.
And then like
It was insane.
what happens with him after is crazy. What we should do.
We
this.
should definitely do this, 100%. All right, let's close this show out. Last question, as it always is from Billy Wires. And Billy says, I'm playing Dollhouse right now. He says, what was your favorite childhood game growing up in the mean streets of Sterling, Illinois, and the peaceful utopia of Bridgeport? I saw some interesting.
So, we had a friend that lived out of town, and we would go to his house, and his parents were hippies.
Yeah.
And they had a backyard, and it seemed like a forest, but it wasn't. It was just a bunch of trees and shit.
Yeah.
And we could do any fucking thing we wanted. So anytime we went there, it was the best. Because, like, I could have lost 8 fingers because we blew up so much shit. We were throwing firecrackers everywhere, and no one gave 2 shits because his parents were, undoubtedly, fucking smoking so much pot in that house. It was so high, and not paying attention to us, but nobody cared. But I remember blowing up the plate glass window, and I was like, oh, that was a bad move. We should not have done that. But it was cool. And that was like, I remember that. Those days were the best days. Shout out to Jude.
Crazy.
So Beef, you'll remember this, and this might actually be your favorite too.
Yeah.
Other than the time we were playing 3 outs and you hit yourself in the eye.
When this question came up, I thought about that. It's like, I went in hard on that, and like the ball came back and clobbered me right in the face.
That was the best moment of my childhood. But we had a good
What
group.
a dick.
We had a good group of kids around the neighborhood, and everyone liked to play baseball.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of times we'd go over to the field, which is now Bridgeport Village.
We used to call it the VFW field. It was like a factory, and then behind it was this field.
baseball field with the Amazon on the
Well,
back.
yeah, exactly. And it was like you had home run barriers and shit. And if we hit enough balls up there, we as a group had to go up there and fucking find
Oh
them.
yeah,
So
you
we
were
could
fighting
get
for
to
rats with that ball. Like you
Snakes
got
and
to
shit
get to the ball before the big river rat gets to the. And so, but on the corner, like right by our house, we would do wiffle ball a lot. But every once in a while, we'd get our hands on some tennis balls.
Yeah.
And now, guys, this is pre-internet, right? Like, so we're in the west side of Bridgeport, man. There ain't a tennis court in sight, man. Like, so there's no tennis balls.
No.
But every once in a while, we get our hands on something.
Yeah.
And when we played wiffle with the tennis ball, man, you can rope that tennis ball with the yellow wiffle bat with the tennis ball. You can rope those things, man.
Oh, yeah.
And we played no gloves, man. Like,
Yeah.
we were just, boom, and like, fire
That
at
shit
you,
barehanded.
man. Got your tennis ball barehanded coming at you 100 miles an hour. I absolutely loved that, man. And like, I loved when you could like just tee off on one of those and just like, oh man, just like a ton of fun because you're playing on a corner, so
Yeah.
You have no center field. There's a building in center field.
Yeah, and if you hit it up high enough on the building, home run, automatic
Right,
home run.
but then
a home run line.
But then you're out of tennis balls, right?
That's it.
So what you really want to do is launch one down one of the streets, so just roll forever. And maybe the outfielder gets hit by a car. You don't know.
Those games are pitcher's hand games, man. Back when you didn't have enough people to play, you got pitcher's hand.
Or pegging. You can hit the guy with the ball.
Not that kind of peg. Let's take it easy, internet.
That's not what we're using that bad for.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Most of our fun things were sports related. We played sports all the time. Treasy and I would have some heated battles playing Nerf hoop in the house. And I remember when we were younger, we didn't have a real basketball rim to play on, and we couldn't go to the park. It was too far away, or Bosley Park too dangerous.
Shot.
We would play basketball on the stop sign.
Yeah.
The stop sign was our goddamn hoop. You can't shoot nothing from the baseline. Good luck hitting the stop sign from there, motherfucker. So that was the shit we were doing, man. We were out there playing in the cold, and you had to hit the stop sign. So yeah, those were good days, though, man. Playing shit on the street, running bases. Running bases.
Just remind me though, probably the best summer activity when you live in an area like this is someone gets the key to open up the fire pump. You open a pump, you start pulling it, get the big wave going. Man, that was some good times.
We always had people on our block that could do it.
Oh yeah.
That's a good way. I like that way.
I like that way too.
I will be remiss if I don't bring up a sports thing too. My buddy's grandpa, who, in addition to building us a hoop in his driveway, we thought he hated us. He did not hate us. He actually really liked us. He built a hoop so we'd hang out there. We had we put a boombox underneath the garage, clear out fucking Ugly Kid Joe, fucking Slaughter, Body Count. He's just totally disrespectful music. And then he had the big fridge full of the Aldi Pop.
Yes.
We were pounding Aldi Pops, and we were lowering the rim, dunking at each other, and we were listening to Body Count. I mean, that's good sports memory. We had a lot of fun those days. Those were good times.
Ugly Kid Joe's greatest hits album is mostly covers. That's how good that is.
That's a great question, Billy. Appreciate that very much. That's the show, everyone. Let's go get a win at the ball. Let's get a split in this series, man. Fuck these Cubs, man.
We need a win.
Let's win it.
I need some help over here because my phone is done.
Oh, boy.
What am I doing?
I don't know if you can, but try to end the broadcast.
Well,
Just
maybe able to.
press leave first. Just press leave.
This one?